Hello YouTube, this is Froogle and today we're doing a product review for these guys, TrackHat.org. We'll get on to what they do in a second, but a little bit of intro. Many of you know I'm a big fan of head tracking software, in particular TrackIR. Now what head tracking software normally does is it's an infrared emitter which goes on top of your monitor and infrared reflectors which either attach to your headset or you wear on a ball cap, or even light emitting diodes that you attach to your headset or your ball cap, which reflect back to the reflector. The reflector can then track your head position in 6 degrees. Those 6 degrees are obviously forwards and backwards, that's 1. I gotta keep count. Left and right, so actually moving left and right is 2, up and down 3, rotation 4, tilt 5, there's another one. Oh, I guess that one as well. 6 degrees of freedom. So what it lets you do is in the cockpit of an aircraft you can move your head around and see an accurate view on your monitor as if you were in the aircraft. Now, I'm a big fan of TrackIR, but TrackIR has a problem. Typically with TrackIR you get this, which attaches to a ball cap, and as you can see it's pretty crap, really. It's a couple of like duct tape reflectors. If you have a bright room or you live in a bright place like Florida, then these don't really work that well, to be honest. You need to black out your room and remove all the light and then it maybe works a little bit. I'm not a big fan of these. Alternatively, you can get this, which is the TrackHat Clip Pro, and you can already see the problem with the TrackHat Clip Pro. This is my 4th one in about 2 years. It's just flimsy. It bolts on the side of your headset, and if you get an itch or you do this by accident, which I tend to do, you risk snapping it, as I have. It's completely snapped. The back is coming off here. Flimsy as hell and expensive, really expensive. I'm not a big fan. So when James Allen from TrackHat.org reached out to me and said, Froogle, I have an alternative, I was all ears. The alternative is actually 2 things. First of all, this is the TrackHat from James Allen at TrackHat.org, and he very kindly put my Froogle 7 logo on it. Thank you very much, James. What this is just, you can tell it's a standard ball cap, but it has 3 light emitting diodes, 1, 2, 3, and a USB cable. This plugs into your computer and then it's picked up by the camera. Now let's get on to the camera. As I said, as I keep saying, despite the flaws, I'm a big TrackIR fan. So in my case, my camera is the TrackIR sensor and the TrackIR software. This, however, is designed to work really, really, really well with the free OpenTrack software. So you can go and get, I think it's OpenTrack. I'm fairly sure it's OpenTrack. You can download that, use it with a standard webcam, or for best results, go and get the PS3, PSI webcam. Put that on your computer. It tracks your head position again in 6 degrees of freedom. It's actually very, very good. But even better than that is this, which is the TrackHat Clip. Let me turn my headphones off. And you can see, it comes with a couple of what do you call it? Zip ties. And I've zip tied this to my headset, but what it is a 3D printed, very thick, very sturdy clip as a replacement or an alternative to that flimsy piece of garbage, which you can zip tie or you can Velcro to your headset. It's incredibly sturdy. The diodes 1, 2, and 3 are very, very bright indeed. Had no problems with light bleed or stuff like that. Typically if you're using TrackIR, again, if you have a bright room, even with the TrackHat Clip Pro, you tend to get bleed where the camera just cannot figure out from the background light behind you, where exactly your head is. No such problems with these. They work really, really well. I've zip tied them using the supplied zip ties. You could of course use Velcro and attach it to your headset that way. Now this is a tricky product demo to do a video of, because I don't really want to get footage up of me turning my head, and look, I can turn my head and it moves. So what I did was, the vlog I did this past week using the A2A Comanche was actually using this, the TrackHat Clip. And one thing I noticed, and I hope you'll notice, I'll put some video in right now, is that with the TrackHat Clip, it's actually a much less juddery transition, I find, than with the TrackHat Clip Pro. These lights are very, very good at emitting. They are picked up crystal clear on the TrackIR camera. Presumably they are also on the free Track software's camera stuff. And the end result was actually quite a stable video. I actually said at the start of that video, I'm ever so sorry if you don't like TrackIR, I'm going to use it anyway. And then the end result was pretty nice. It's very, very smooth movement in all aspects that I was moving. Love these pieces. Again, comes with an extremely long USB cable which plugs into your computer, which powers the lights. There is nothing stopping you plugging that into a battery pack on the other side of your headset. And I think James had mentioned, forgive me James if I'm mistaken, that he is developing a version which can do just that. So it comes with a portable battery pack, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I think. Anyway, these 2 devices, how do they get along with them in general? Track hats and hat clips, I'm not a huge fan of. First of all, they make you look like a complete moron. So I don't particularly like the hats for that reason, but second of all, I actually don't like the sensitivity of them. Let me adjust this so it fits better on my head. I tend to prefer the clips, but if you set your software up to track the diodes on a hat, it does work. If you're using speakers in your home flight sim setup, or Elite Dangerous, or whatever you're using, you want to use head tracking with, if you're using speakers, this is the best option for you because you don't have anything on your ears. They work really well. I'm just not a big fan of the hat style stuff. Many of you are. Nothing against them, I just don't like them. But this worked really, really well when I used it. The clip, however, absolutely stonkingly phenomenal. As I said, very sturdy. There is no risk at all of me breaking this thing. It is built crazy tough. It's really, really tough. It's not going to break, it's not going to snap off, it stays in place really well. It doesn't shake. So if I get pretty animated and violent with my flying, you can see that that thing does not shake, it doesn't vibrate, it remains firmly in place. The signal pickup was solid. It was a very, very smooth transition from angle to angle. I like this a great deal. Okay, prices. The TrackHat Clip is £19.99. TrackHat are obviously based in England, and the TrackHat without the embroidery, I think you can pay extra for the embroidery, is £34.99, £34.99. Website is www.trackhat.org, and I completely, massively, highly recommend them. If you're looking for a tracking solution and don't want to go and spend $100+ on TrackIR, this is a great way of doing it. Just go and pick up the hat or the clip for a lot less than $100, and then go and get the free track software, which works really, 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 really well as well in most TrackIR supported products such as Prepared, such as X-Plane, such as FSX, Elite Dangerous, Armor, and so on and so on. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you think of this. You think it's a good idea? Think it's a bad idea? I think it's phenomenal. As always, my name is Froogle. Thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all very soon.